watching the Big 12 on ESPN. Tonight from Getterman Stadium in Waco, Texas, it's Big 12 softball as the Baylor Bears host the Utah Utes. And everybody, welcome inside Getterman Stadium in Waco. Series opener tonight, Big 12 series between Baylor and Utah. John Morris alongside former Baylor standout Kelly Harrell. Welcome to Waco, Utah. Welcome to the Big 12. First Big 12 series between these two.
Yeah, should be a great chess match, some really good softball, and pretty meaningful too, as these two teams are sitting in the middle of the conference. Baylor at 6, Utah at 7, and both teams want to win.
Led by a couple of freshmen, and how about Kagan Marshall for Baylor? She had this home run on Wednesday night against Texas A&M. She has 9 long balls on the season.
And she is looking to break that school record of 10 home runs by a freshman set by Cassie Cribbett back in 2019. She's doing it at third base. She's doing it at the bat. She is the do-it-all freshman.
And for Utah, how about Mia Gomez? She's their co-home run leader, their leading hitter on the season.
You talk about another freshman standing out too. She's the 5th freshman for Utah history to hit 10 home runs or more in a school season. She's one of the most powerful bats for this Utah team.
She'll bat leadoff. She's their leading hitter on the year, and that's the matchup. Baylor and Utah from Getterman Stadium in Waco. Game 1 of a 3-game Big 12 series. Starting lineups and first pitch straight ahead. Stay with us. Ready to begin tonight, game 1 of this 3-game Big 12 series in Waco. A key series. Baylor game and a half up on Utah in the Big 12 standings. Peyton Tanner will be handed the ball to start this evening. Kelly, Peyton was really terrific for the Bears out of the bullpen on Wednesday night, despite a loss by Baylor to Texas A&M.
Yeah, she came in relief and retired, 7 straight A&M hitters in a row, which was just a phenomenal feat. And the outs that Baylor needed at that time, she gives a completely different look, and it has carried a lot of the weight in the circle this year for the Bears.
So it is Peyton Tanner to start in the circle. Here is the lineup she will face for Coach Amy Hogue and the Utah Utes. Mia Gomez, we talked about. She's the designated player. She'll lead off. There's Coach Hogue with her as she gets set to start this game. In the batter's box, Kennedy Proctor, the catcher, bats second. Danica Wilson in center, batting third. Cian Noli at first base, she'll bat fourth. Peyton Crank in right field, she'll bat fifth. Kayla Lyon at third base, she'll bat sixth. Shanti Passy plays short and bats seventh. Reese Lee in left field, batting eighth. And Haley White will play second base and bat ninth for the Utes, who come in 29-15-1. that pesky tie on their schedule. They played UCF, third game of the series with a drop-dead curfew time, and it ended in a 2-2 tie. So that's where the tie comes from.
Gotcha. You don't see those very often.
I know, exactly. Makes it hard to figure out, well, how far ahead is Baylor in the standings? Well, you can say how far ahead in the loss column, but then there's the tie in there as well. Here we go, Mia Gomez to lead things off for the Utes. First pitch by Tanner is in, and a called strike one, and we are underway. Friday night in Waco, warm, windy, and humid. Off-speed pitch. That off-speed was so effective for Peyton Tanner the other night.
That's got to be one of the things that she really tries to establish early in this game. She wants that off-speed pitch working and being able to throw it for a strike.
And hopper to third base, glove there by Kagan Marshall, who we highlighted in the open. There's Marshall flashing the leather. The ball well struck, but it's out number one. Mia Gomez set down 5-3.
Well, that is the freshman over there on the hot corner who's just learned that position this year. So she has really dedicated herself to learning third base and is not only doing it offensively, but really stepping up right there on the third base position as well.
Here's Kennedy Proctor. She's the catcher for Utah, their second leading hitter on the season. So Gomez at .394. Despite a rough weekend last weekend in Lubbock against Texas Tech, Proctor right behind her at .338, second leading average on the team.
At some point, I know you're going to talk about that Texas Tech series.
Yes, I think we should. Kind of a headline when you look at Utah. They beat Tech a game last weekend. In fact, it was 1 week ago tonight. It was a 4-0 shutout over #1 Texas Tech. First win over a #1 team since 2017. And it was the pitcher we'll see tonight, Haley Mastretti, who pitched a complete game 5-hit shutout over Texas Tech. Wasn't sure Tech was capable of being shut out this year. It's fouled away. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. 84 degrees, breezy, as is the norm this time of year. There's the off-speed, swinging strike 3. Proctor goes down swinging, out number 2 in the first.
Well, you can just see right here how effective that pitch is. Not only does it keep hitters off balance with the timing, but it's just so perfectly placed right there in the zone. There's nothing that she can do with that.
Peyton Tanner coming in, 82 and a third innings, 72 strikeouts, 59 walks. Opponents hitting .241 off of her. She's retired the first 2 tonight. Here's Danica Wilson to the plate. Freshman center fielder. Oh, look, Kate Kelly. She's from Gilroy, California.
Look at that.
Oh.
Can you name the Baylor player who is from Gilroy, California?
I cannot. I remember there was one.
Sarah Cottle.
Oh, very good. Very good. Sarah may be tuned in. Pitch skips in. 2 balls and 1 strike to Danica Wilson.
She would play right field, and I was in center field for her senior year. And I learned a lot about Gilroy.
It is, oh, well, hold that. It's famous for something.
Oh, can you name it? Come on.
Here's a called strike. Not the pistachio capital of the world. We discussed that the other night.
The garlic capital.
That's it, garlic,
Yes.
yeah.
They are famous for their garlic ice cream.
Gilroy, oh, doesn't that sound tasty?
I don't know about that.
Garlic ice cream. Shout out Gilroy for our viewers in Gilroy, California. Meanwhile, Peyton Tanner completely focused on Danica Wilson, 3-2. Here's the pitch. Grounded right side. Faith Piper has it. Double clutches, and it cost her. Safe at first base is Danica Wilson.
I don't know if she couldn't get it out of her glove or if she wanted to take one more step. She was off balance, but either way, that double clutch, that little hesitation right there was all the difference.
Small thing, but it really did make the difference, didn't it? Going to give her a hit, so an infield hit for Danica Wilson. First hit of the night for the Utes. That'll bring Cian Noli to the plate. C-I-A-N-N-O-L-I, Cian Noli. Runner is going, grounded to second. This time no hesitation at all by Faith Piper. She throws out Noli. That is out number 3, and that's the top of the first. Bears come to bat, bottom of 1. Baylor in Utah from Waco.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota.
Wow. Awesome. Cool.
Sweet. Nice. Hey! I like your dress.
You look pretty.
No, you look pretty.
No, you look pretty.
No, you.
During the Ready, Set, Go sales event, qualified buyers get 2.99% APR financing for 72 months, plus $1,000 subvention cash on a rugged new 2026 Tundra. Offer ends March 31st.
Go from dreaming it to driving it today.
Toyota. Let's go places.
Hey, grab me one too.
Bold are the adventurous. Determined are the leaders. Faithful are the healers. At Baylor, you'll find your calling, your people, and your purpose. Dare to be you, indeed.
Here's come to bat, bottom of the first inning. They will face Haley Mastretti, the sophomore left-hander from Parker, Colorado, starting in the circle tonight for Utah. And as we said, the young lady that shut out Texas Tech on 5 hits, a 4-0 Utah win over the Red Raiders last Friday, 1 week ago. Big part of her resume, Kelly, but that's not all of it. There's plenty more impressive parts.
Including 112 innings pitched this year, and 55 strikeouts out of those innings.
Brooklyn Carter leads off for Baylor. First pitch lifts a fly ball into left field, caught there by Reese Lee. 1 pitch, 1 out. Here's the batting order for Glenn Moore and the Bears tonight. Carter leading off, playing center. Samaya Jones in left field tonight, batting second. Amber Tovin at short, batting third. Kagan Marshall bats cleanup, playing third. Leah Cran at first base, batting fifth. Faith Piper at second base, batting sixth. Alexi Warnicki hitting in the DP spot tonight, batting seventh. Abby Flores catching, batting eighth. And Jensen Vian in the lineup, starting for the first time this season and playing in right field. So there's the lineup for Glenn Moore and the Bears, who are 24-19 on the season, 7-8 in Big 12 play. 2-0 the count on Samaya Jones.
And that is the 42nd different lineup in 44 games for Baylor.
Doesn't sound possible, does it?
It does not.
Game 44 and 42 different starting lineups. The difference tonight would be, I guess, Jensen Vian, right? Her first start of the year, 4th start of her career. A little bit of a change with Samaya Jones in left field. Reaches out, pokes this one to second, takes a bad hop, and she is safe at first base. So that one sort of popped up on Haley White. If they rule that a hit or an error, they're going to give her an error on that. Samaya Jones aboard at first base.
Well, Jones just reaching for that ball. You can see the lefty Mastretti just getting that ball way out there in the outside corner, and Samaya Jones, nothing to do but poke at it.
Brings up Amber Tovin for the Bears. Veteran shortstop for Baylor. Tobin, by her standards, has not been swinging a hot bat of late, but still her average at .353 on the year. Point behind Brooklyn Carter. The Bears leading hitter among available players, just grounds this one into center field. So Amber Tobin, a clean single. Baylor has 2 aboard with 1 out in the first inning.
That's exactly what she wants to do, and her approach in the box really needs to be just that simple. Find a good pitch and hit it. Not do too much with it, just right back up the middle.
So 2 on for Baylor, looking for the early lead over Utah. That'll bring a visit to the mound. Amy Hogue is the head coach at Utah, one of their all-time great players. 94 grad, was on that Women's College World Series team for Utah. In fact, their leading hitter that season, and she still has the school record of .455 batting average that year. Is still a record. Courtney Martinez, the associate head coach. Kaya Gibson, assistant. Matt Lyle, an assistant coach. Paige Sinicki is the graduate assistant. Caitlin Howard, director of operations. So a brief conference in the circle. Last game for Baylor was against 11th ranked A&M here on Wednesday. A&M jumped on Baylor with a 6-run first inning. So Baylor trying to reverse that a bit and take an early lead instead of playing catch up.
Well, they really play their best games when the pitchers are pitching well in the circle and their hitters can have that little bit of confidence. They really play well when they score the first run, and they got to get that off their plate real quick.
So here is Kagan Marshall. Talked about her in the open, freshman from nearby Robinson High School. And more flashes the signs down in the third base coaching box. 9 home runs, the team high for Kagan Marshall. 24 RBIs to go along with it. Pitch skips in from Mistretti. It's 2 balls, no strikes. Samaya Jones, the runner at second for Baylor, reached on an infield error. Amber Tobin aboard at first base with the single into center field. 2-0. Just high, 3 balls, no strikes.
Marshall has the ability and the responsibility to be super patient right here. I wouldn't surprise if you watch her take a pitch. I mean, she's up 3-0 in this count, and the pressure that the runners have put on ahead of her really has kind of put Mistretti on the ropes.
Takes there on 3-0. It's called strike 1. Mistretti, we showed you her numbers, 10 and 5 on the year, 112 innings pitched. 10 wins, 10 complete games, 6 shutouts, a couple of saves to go along with it. There's a called strike 2. Their 1-2 punch is Mistretti and Shelby Jones, who we would expect to see tomorrow. She has a 10 and 6 record with 5 complete games. Marshall in the air, foul ground, caught by the catcher Kennedy Proctor. Well done by Proctor to toss the mask away. That is out number 2 here in the bottom of the first.
Well, great job with Mistretti working the way back. She's down 3-0 on that count, but it's that lefty look right there that gets Kagan Marshall chasing an outside pitch and offering an easy pop-up in foul territory.
So Leah Cran will bat for the Bears, the Baylor first baseman out of Corpus Christi. Lefty in the circle, right-hand bat in Leah Cran. 285 as the game begins this evening. Two aboard, 2 out. Bears half of the first inning. Loops this one into right field. It'll fall in. Here comes Jones. Here comes the throw. It is cut off. Samaya Jones scores from second base. RBI single off the bat of Leah Cran for a 1-0 Baylor lead.
All the times we've seen Cran just hit a really hard ball, it's something like that. She just gets a piece of it, and it's just out of the outstretched arm where it falls in, and man, the speed of Jones is unstoppable.
So the Bears do grab the early lead on Mistretti and Utah. Here is Faith Piper to the plate. Baylor's second baseman. 2 out, single off the bat of Leah Cran. Really a clutch hit there with 2 down also. Piper knocks it back foul into the net. Faith Piper begins the night .315 batting average. Baylor as a team at .287. By comparison, Utah a .306 batting average. Really impressive.
That is really impressive.
50 home runs by these Utes as a team.
We won't talk about the elevation.
I knew you were going to bring that up. You know, it probably gets brought up every time.
I'm sure.
For Utah and BYU. 2-1 pitch. This one is lined. A short grab there by Shanti Passy, and that is the inning. But the Bears get a run, strand a couple. 1-0 Bears after 1. Into the Baylor dugout, there is associate head coach Brittany Sneed-Newman on the left side. Head coach Glenn Moore, his 26th season here at Baylor. Look at that win total, 966 at Baylor, 1,105 total over 30 years coaching, 4 Women's College World Series appearances. Megan Diaz, another assistant right there to the right of the screen, Glenn's left. Glenn Moore in his 26th season here at Baylor. Baylor's all-time winningest coach in all sports, across all sports at Baylor. 5, 6, and 7 hitters coming up for Utah as we move to the second inning. Peyton Crank, the right fielder, leads off. Freshman from Phoenix, facing Baylor's Peyton Tanner. There's that off speed again. Boy, that was so good the other night. Looks like it's she's got it working to start the game tonight.
Yeah, it's definitely working for her, and hoping that all of her other pitches can really help complement that. Looking at the ability of these Utah hitters, they can catch up on that pretty quick, and so making sure that drop ball is enticing as well.
Crank, a .333 hitter on the year for the Utes. Called strike, evens the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Crank with 6 home runs and 36 RBIs on the year. High chopper to third. Marshall, a good job to pull it down and make the throw across the diamond to retire Crank with out number 1.
There's the do-it-all freshman again.
One infield single for Utah so far. That's their 1 hit on the board. Bears had a couple of hits, produced a run in their first at bat. Here is Kayla Lyon, the third baseman for the Utes. Lyon, right-hand hitter, facing the righty Peyton Tanner for the Bears. Swinging, strike one. It's a ball and a strike to Lyon. Lyon, a .261 average on the season. Popping her bat as well. 5 home runs, 27 RBIs. 5 doubles as well. I don't know the vista at the Utah softball park, but baseball at Utah has a new ballpark this year. Just opened not long ago. And it's a beautiful, beautiful spot. I mean, you can imagine, you look out toward the mountains, Salt Lake City.
That's awesome.
Grounds this one to second, kind of hops up on Piper. She handles it on to first for out number 2.
Gotta love the addition of Utah and the other schools into the Big 12 here. It really, it's not places I got to travel to when we
that's
play
right.
here.
I tell you, I love, here's Baylor's defense with Abby Flores behind the plate, Kagan Marshall at third, Amber Tovin at short, Faith Piper at second, Leah Cran at first base. Samaya Jones in left, Brooklyn Carter in center, and Jensen Vienne in right field for Baylor defensively. Shanti Passy at the plate. Lines this one into right field. That's a base hit. Vienne throws behind her, trying to catch her at first base. But a 2-out single by Passy. And like they did last inning, first 2 were retired, then a 2-out hit. So Passy is aboard, and Reese Lee will get an at-bat.
Well, the hit, despite that incredible effort there by Jensen Vienne, getting over and getting that ball, especially her first start on the season out there this year, trying to make a play at first.
Pretty heads-up play.
I was going to say, really showing Coach Moore, like, hey, I can play here all the time.
This one line foul down the left field line. Well, Baylor has done a little shuffling in the outfield. Carrington Dawson out, not available. And, boy, she was a mainstay, mostly in right field for Baylor. So when Dawson went out with a knee injury, it's been a tough hole to fill.
I think anytime Carrington does, no matter what position she's playing, is a huge position to fill.
Popped up to short. Amber Tovin has it. Easy pickings for the 3rd out of the 2nd inning. Utes get a single and strand a runner. Bears come to bat. Bottom of 2, leading by 1.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota.
Awesome.
I like it. I love it.
You ever kept a scorecard, baseball or softball?
During the Ready, Set, Go sales event, qualified lessees can lease a rugged new 2026 Tacoma SR5 for $299 a month for 36 months. Offer ends March 31st.
Go from dreaming it to driving it today.
Toyota, let's go places.
7, fly out to
Hey, grab
left.
me one too.
Okay. Okay.
12. That's
She's
base
the
runner.
winningest coach in the country.
Look into the Utah dugout. There's their head coach, Amy Hogue, a Utah grad through and through. Played there her 19th year as the head coach, 27th year associated with the program. How about that? Was the team captain on that 1994 team that went to the Women's College World Series. Recently elected to the Utah Athletic Hall of Fame in 2020. Became their winningest coach in 2022. And to celebrate, took the team back to the Women's College World Series in 2023. So a lot of success in Utah softball with veteran head coach Amy Hogue. 7, 8, 9 hitters due up for the Bears as we move to the 2nd inning. Lexi Warnicki pitcher in the DP role tonight for the Bears. We've seen that a couple of times this year.
Yeah, she got a couple of bats last year too. Was batting pretty consistently in the lineup till about March of last year, and this year started, and she really was just in that relief role. And now, just as the season progresses, Coach Moore's looking for the best offensive lineup and trying a little bit of everything, as you can tell with 42 different lineups.
Old strikeout or part of the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike to Warnicki. Warnicki, limited number of at-bats, but a .400 batting average. Pops this one foul, first base side. Ciannoli can't catch up to it. And it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. They're scratched a run in their first at-bat, bottom of the first inning. Samaya Jones reaching on an error, singles by Amber Tovin and Leah Cran. Cran with the RBI single. Brief equipment repair there by the catcher, Kennedy Proctor. Tracy Laycock behind the plate. Umpiring tonight, Rick Cowan at first base. Terrell Guidry back of third. 3 balls, 2 strikes the count on Lexi Warnicki. Holds back, they appeal. She did not go around, so a walk on a full count to designated player Lexi Warnicki.
When that lefty pitch comes in hard like that, that's hard to hold off of it.
Take a look at it. Looks like she held back. Umpires agree, so Warnicki aboard. Bears have their leadoff hitter on base here in the second inning. Here's Abby Flores to the plate. Tries to bunt her ahead, pushes it foul. Opposite batter box. Flores, 188 average on the year for the Bears.
Coach Moore really looks to her as a leader on this team too, and I know she's taken that batting average and those numbers personally.
Junior from Beaumont, played at Beaumont United. Flores in the left-hand batter's box, facing the lefty Haley Mastretti in the circle. Infield in tight on the corners. Mastretti asked for time.
It's like there's some hiccups with the pitch-com device there.
That may have been what the equipment repair was for the catcher, Proctor. Called strike. 2 balls, 1 strike now to Abby Flores. Which is outside. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes to Flores. That is a called strike 3. So Flores goes down looking, out number 1 in the second inning.
Did you see that inside pitch there, Mastretti? The spin on that ball come right at her and then just lands over the middle of the plate.
Look at Utah pitching, very impressive. Number 1 in the Big 12, tied for 4th in the nation in shutouts on the year. Top 3 in the Big 12 in a number of other categories. So a real key to Utah's success is their pitching. There's Jensen Vienne at the plate. Vienne getting her first start of this season. Starting in right field. Rounds it foul, wide of third. Picked up nicely by Glenn Moore in the third base coaching box. Megan Diaz across the way in the first base coaching box. So the question is, Kelly, who takes Jensen Vienne's really important position in the dugout? She was the person. And here's a bunt that is going to roll foul. Going to let it roll foul.
Smart move.
Yeah, she would have beaten that out. She was the person that was charged with looking at replays and advising Coach Moore whether to challenge a call or not, ask for a review. And she apparently has been right on every call this year except one. There's only one.
Okay.
So really important role in the dugout.
I think I know which one that was.
Do you? This pitch skips in. Warnicki moves on to second base.
You know, you have the very knowledgeable Carrington Dawson in the dugout right there too. So
might be her. Yeah.
Maybe they've switched roles there.
Full count on Jensen Vienne with leadoff hitter Brooklyn Carter waiting on deck. One out runner at second. This one is grounded to short. Throw across will retire Vienne. Warnicki has to hold at second base. There are two down here in the second inning.
Just a hard hit ground ball right there. A lot of time for Lyon to make that play across the field.
So here is Brooklyn Carter to the plate, flied out to left field. First pitch of the game tonight. Offers it this one, it's strike one. Warnicki at second base, walked, moved to second on a steal. 58th stolen base by Baylor this year. Third best in the Big 12.
It's pretty impressive.
And been very aggressive on the base paths.
This is a team that's consistently packed with speed too. Well, and Coach Moore does a great job of practicing those situations and putting his team in positions to make that happen.
Sort of a mindset, isn't it, to be aggressive on the base paths?
I think the one part of the game where you can really try to gain an advantage. I mean, a lot of times you're dictated by the pitches thrown to you or the balls hit to you. Oh, that's a fair ball.
He's going to pick that up, and Carter will beat it out at first base. Boy, one more hop, and that might have been a foul ball. I think it was headed that way, but Lyon, knowing the speed of Carter, you couldn't wait, so it was sort of do or die time there. She made the pickup, but Brooklyn Carter beat it out.
And one more bounce too, though, and if that is fair, there is no chance that you're
that's
getting
right.
Brooklyn Carter.
So Carter with the infield single, runners on the corners with two down, and Samaya Jones coming to the plate. Not before another visit to the circle. Brooklyn Carter at first base for the Bears. Terrific speed. Get some of her numbers. 354 average on base percentage at 414. Lowest strikeout rate in the Big 12. 17 stolen bases. I would have guessed more. It's probably about right, but boy, does she have their attention when she's on base.
You think about all that she can do on the base path, like despite the stolen base alone. You know, scoring from second, really making things happen, and the pressure she puts on by just being on base. Here you have right now the first and third situation with her at first base too.
Now, what do you think happens here? Brooklyn's going to take off, try to draw a throw, try to get in a rundown, allowing Warnicki to score from third. Here's Samaya Jones. Oh, first pitch hits her. Up high on the left shoulder. That caught her flush on that shoulder. Hoot Jonigan. Dr. Hoot Jonigan checking on her.
I don't think there's much he needs to do except just be some emotional support right
Yeah. Wow. So for Baylor, a walk, an infield single, and a hit. Batter has loaded the bases with two down here in the second inning.
That brings up your leading RBI hitter in Amber Tobin.
Tovin at the plate with the bases loaded and 2 down. She had a single to center in the first inning. First pitch, strike 1 to Tovin. Average grows to 358 with that first inning single. Pitch by Mastretti through the box into center field. Warnicki will score. Carter's coming home. The throw. She's out at home plate. So Warnicki scores. Carter jumps up and immediately asks for a review. It was a good relay. The throw was there. See if Baylor formally asks for a review of that play.
Baylor is challenging the call at the plate.
And
this play's
they do.
under review.
I think it was almost immediately. Coach Moore saw that slide and the hand of Brooklyn Carter's getting in there and immediately says, no way.
So we know the run by Warnicki will stand. So Baylor leads 2-0. If the call stands, that'll be the inning. If it's overturned, it could be a 3-0 Baylor lead. Wow, I tell you, did she ever
I think
tag
her,
her really?
Well, it looks like you tagged her on the low back.
Yeah, yeah.
And her hind end, but that hand is in there big time.
So we'll see. We'll see. It's not often that the broadcast crew gets razzed from down below. But we are. They're asking us what
Everybody
the replay
wants
looks
to
like.
know.
Yeah.
They need to put the what we see up there on the games board for them all. I mean, they do it during football, and
That's true. And so here's another look at it.
all the fans want to know. What a perfect throw right there.
It was a great throw by Danica Wilson in center field. Throw is there.
There's the hand, and
I think she is going to be safe.
tag right there, yeah. Now they have different looks than we do, John.
Right, right,
Cameras too, but man, if at any point you want to challenge the speed of Brooklyn Carter, that's not necessarily a situation you want to do it in.
Well, that's what we were talking about, that speed. It really puts the pressure on the defense.
Well, and with the hit by pitch by Samaya Jones, she didn't get the opportunity for her 18th stolen base this year, so.
That's right. So awaiting the umpires on this review. We're in the second inning. Baylor up 2-0 with a run home, and if this call is overturned, it'll be a 3-0. Here come the umpires.
I like that they're mic'd up this year and able to announce.
After further review, the call on the field stands. The runner is out at home.
So it stands.
That's Baylor's
She
first
is
challenge
out
at
at
one
home
left.
plate. Technically, what that means, the umpire did not see definitive proof that the call was incorrect. It cannot be reversed, and that is the inning. Bears out a run, 2-0 Bears after 2. 2-0 lead for Baylor as we move to the third inning. And for the Bears, 24-19 on the season. They're 7-8 in Big 12 play. Remember, they started 5-1 in the Big 12 this year. They're 2-10 against top 25 opponents, not shy about playing top 25 teams in or out of the conference. Won 6 games when trailing after the 4th inning. That's a good sign. And in Big 12 play remaining, they still have series left to be played against Oklahoma State.
Some more top 25 teams.
At Texas Tech, exactly. Oklahoma State, 21st in the nation. Tech right now, 3rd in the nation. A couple of losses for Tech over the last week, right? One to Utah and one to Texas State. Yeah. 9-hole hitter Haley White leads off the 3rd inning for the Utes. First ever trip to Waco. First as Big 12 opponents, Baylor and Utah.
Is it their first trip to Waco?
I'm not sure about that. You challenging that? Would you like to officially challenge that?
I'm just curious. This is more a curiosity.
No, I know what that look is. I recognize that look.
No, I actually had that question early on, and it's only the 7th game they've played against each other. I know they went to Utah 2 years ago before the BYU matchup. Utah wasn't in the Big 12 then.
Fly ball to right field. Bien goes back, makes the grab. So really windy tonight, maybe a little bit more than normal. Kelly, you played the outfield here. How does that wind affect fly balls like that?
I think they're pretty used to this sort of wind coming in hard from the south there. It's when the wind comes from the north and it comes over the facade of the stadium is when it starts to get a little twirly back there.
Back to the top of the order, the dangerous Mia Gomez at the plate for Utah. Grounded to 3rd her first time up tonight.
I think one thing with this wind is it's not going anywhere today.
That's right. And you know what else? It's blowing in a front, too. There's a chance of some
Big
rain
chance of
showers tomorrow. Yeah, pretty good chance. So we'll be flexible. Right now scheduled for a 1 p.m. Central Time first pitch tomorrow. That'd be noon Mountain Time. Quick visit to the mound by Abby Flores. Pitcher Peyton Tanner. Very impressive offensive numbers by Mia Gomez. 4th in the league hit by pitch, 7th in hits. 10 home runs, tied for 17th. That slugging percentage, .693. Her batting average, .391 as of this plate appearance here in the 3rd inning.
Yeah, team leader and team tied in home runs, but team leader in batting average and just the numbers she's put up this year. And if you look at her stint in Texas Tech last weekend in Lubbock, she didn't fare as well. And so to have the .391 batting average despite her performance last weekend is really impressive.
1 out walk issued to Mia Gomez. She's aboard at first base. Here is Kennedy Proctor. You know, if you've got a big hitter like Gomez, you want to have somebody that can protect her batting behind her. Well, Proctor appears to be that person. She's their 2nd leading hitter on the year.
Tied in home runs. And you talk about the performance she had in Texas Tech, one of the reasons that they won that game on Saturday.
A 4-0 shutout win by Utah over the Red Raiders.
And it wasn't in Lubbock. They played in Salt Lake.
Proctor, how she did last week. Really big weekend against the Red Raiders, who were #1 in the nation at the time. Hit 500, 2-run homer, and a double as well. 1-1 the count on her here. Catcher Kennedy Proctor. Pitch by Tanner, off speed in there for a called strike. Kennedy Proctor, a sophomore from Rancho Santa Margarita, California. Kelly?
Oh, yeah. That's Southern California. Now you're in my area there.
All right. It's in your wheelhouse, right?
Oh. Some prime softball going on down there.
Tesoro High School. Have you heard of that?
I haven't, actually.
Okay. Tesoro High School. 2-2 the count on Proctor. Pitch by Tanner. Just misses. It's a full count on catcher Kennedy Proctor.
You know, for a long time, you always heard about just the talent coming from California, but you look a lot at these Big 12 teams, and there's a lot of Texas talent, especially on this Baylor team, a lot of local talent from around Waco, and you just love to see how much the game has progressed all over the nation.
Well, with a full count, Coach Hogue comes down and talks to her hitter, Kennedy Proctor, and they're going to put a pinch runner in at first base. Rio Mendez will run at first base for Mia Gomez. So there's Mendez, now the runner at first. One down in the inning, 3-2 count on Proctor. Here's the pitch by Tanner. Way high, ball 4. So she lost her. Back-to-back walks after the first out was retired. 2 aboard. And Danica Wilson coming up. Rio Mendez, the pinch runner. She's from Lakewood, California. Danica Wilson had the infield single. Infield is pulled way in for Baylor with 2 aboard and 1 out. Charging from both corners. Shortstop Tovin moves over to cover third. Second baseman Piper moves to cover first.
Well, Utah really wanting a run right here to answer back, and might have to manufacture that. And with 2 free passes on board, wouldn't be surprised by a bunt of some sort. And I think that's why your corners are pulled in tight.
Okay.
I was going to say, Tovin, the veteran shortstop, knowing her responsibility as a third base there with the speed of Mendez.
Swings away. It's going to fall in foul ground. Nobody can get to it. Maya Jones was chasing from left. Tobin was chasing from shortstop. 2 balls, 1 strike. The count on Danica Wilson. Here's the 2-1. This one into left center field. Carter's got it. Quick throw back into second base. Boy, she had her played really well there, didn't she? If she had been in straightaway center, I'm not sure she could have gotten to that ball.
Yeah, it was a ball in the air, but man, it was low enough to where it was fighting the wind and had some pretty good power on it. Like you said, Carter playing a perfect position out there in center field, and then her speed too. She's able to jump on that, make it look easy.
There's a throw behind the runner at second base. Gomez is back safely. It's not Gomez. It is Mendez, the pinch runner. And it is strike 1 to Sion Noli at the plate. Off speed, called strike 2. Just dropped right in there. So an 0-2 count on Sion Noli, grounded to second, her first time up tonight. Pitch by Tanner, just off the plate. She won't chase it. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Mendez, the pinch runner at second base. Proctor, the runner at first. Both reached via walks. Pitch outside. Noli won't chase again. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs. And popped up in the infield. First baseman Leah Cran calls for it, makes the catch, and that is the inning. Utes strand a couple of runners, middle of 3. Bears still lead it 2-0. First time playing Baylor, and the first time as Big 12 rivals, down to Baylor 2-0. What a season it has been so far for the Utes. First win over a #1 ranked team since 2017. That came last week. Win over Texas Tech. 14 shutouts this year. 3-7-1, really impressive against top 25 opponents. Their remaining schedule, conference play, only 2 conference series remaining. They'll play the rivalry series with BYU, then play at Arizona to close the conference schedule. Actually, Arizona at home. So 2 home series in Big 12 play after this trip to Waco this weekend. Nice addition to the Big 12, the Utes and BYU. Kagan Marshall off the glove of the shortstop, Passy. And she will be safe at first base.
You just look at the force this ball was hit with, just drove hard into the ground. You kind of wonder, with all the rain expected tomorrow, does that change the consistency of the field? We've seen some big bounces and some bad hops and some
that's true.
Hard hit ground balls today too.
We've seen about 3 or 4 of those already. We're in the bottom of the 3rd inning. That was a hit for Kagan Marshall. Infield single, leadoff hitter aboard for Baylor. 2nd inning in a row, the Bears have put their leadoff batter on base. Last inning, it was Warnicki with the leadoff walk. She came around to score. 2nd run in what is now a 2-0 Baylor lead. 1-1 the count on Leah Cran. Had the RBI single to right her first time up tonight. Scored Samaya Jones from second base. Just low, 2 balls, 1 strike. Loop back foul. Steve Campbell right there, ready to make that catch. The net protects him. It's probably a good thing. Former umpire Steve Campbell.
I don't think he misses a game either.
No, that's for sure.
You know, he's in the wheelchair and can't use one of his arms, but there was a game that got moved up. Hold that thought.
There's a shot to left field that is high off the wall. It stays in the park. Coming to third, she'll hold there is Kagan Marshall. Wow, Leah Cran missed a home run by inches in the left center field gap.
Well, if you're gonna hit one over the fence in this stadium with this wind tonight, that's what you need right there.
Watch how close this is to going out.
She gets that bat around quick. Beautiful swing. You can see the look right here. I think it hit off the white.
I definitely did.
Jeez.
Definitely did. So runners at second and third. Here comes head coach Amy Hogue to the circle. That may be the night for Mastretti. Remember Mastretti, the pitcher who shut out Texas Tech last week. A 4-0 win. Don't want to speak too soon. No change has been made yet, but Baylor has 2 aboard, both in scoring position with nobody out here in the 3rd inning.
Baylor putting an attack on every inning. They know how important these games are and what this means for the rest of their season too.
As they have the conference there, here's how things look in the Big 12, showing how close Utah is to Baylor. Looks like Mastretti will stay in for now. Cran misses a home run by inches. So Tech on top 16-2. Arizona at 11-4. Down to Baylor at 7-8. Actually, Iowa State has moved ahead of Utah. And Utah right there at 5-9-1 on the year.
It's that tie again that you talk about.
That tie, it really throws things. This one is hit into center field for a base hit by Faith Piper. Marshall will score from third. It's a 3-0 Baylor lead. Cran holds at third. RBI single off the bat of Faith Piper, and the Bears up by 3 on the Utes.
Baylor still consistently pouring on, trying to get as many as they can. And you see Leah Cran holding there at third base too, not wanting to test the arm of center fielder Wilson again.
Still nobody out in the inning. Single, a double, and a single has produced a run. Here is Lexi Warnicki to the plate. Walked and scored her only previous at bat tonight. Cran the runner at third, Piper the runner at first. Pitch is low. It's 2 balls, no strikes to Lexi Warnicki. What do you think that visit to the circle was about last time? Now they're stalling.
Yeah.
They may be getting ready to make a change right here.
I think that first one was really, how did you miss that pitch? You left that ball, what's going on? But I think you're right. It's just kind of, is there anybody in the bullpen? Is there anybody here? Mastretti doing a great job, but I mean, keeping Baylor to 1 run per inning that it is, you can't keep that up throughout the whole game.
She is still in the circle. 2-0 pitch to Warnicki, fouls it back.
I would venture that her and Proctor have pitched many innings together this year, and she can tell something's just not right.
That one misses. It's 3 balls, 1 strike now to Warnicki. Mastretti in danger of loading the bases. She doesn't come in here with a strike. Here's the pitch. Swinging, strike 2. Warnicki again limited at bats this year, but a .400 batting average. It's a pitch by the lefty. Does not get a good cut there. Waves at that one for strike 3. First out of the inning, the strikeout. Mastretti gets Lexi Warnicki.
Well, that lefty curveball that comes into these right-handed hitters, Warnicki just can't catch up with that. Trying to hit it deep in the zone, and that's not really what you want to do with that pitch.
Second strikeout tonight by Mastretti. Here's Abby Flores, a strikeout victim looking in the 2nd inning. Flores, left-hand hitter against the lefty, Mistretti. Which is low, ball 2. Leah Cran, the runner at third. Faith Piper at first. 1 down in the 3rd inning. Pitch up high. Late throw to second base. Kind of a half jog there to second, right? Kelly trying to draw the throw, maybe allow Cran to score from third.
Yeah, and I kind of wonder at what point do you just go for it?
Right.
I mean, she kind of taunted her the whole way, not expecting that throw, and just the late slide by Piper made her.
Kind of a close play, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So 2 runners in scoring position. It's called strike. 3 balls, 1 strike now to Abby Flores. Baylor impressive, 4 for 8 with runners in scoring position tonight. Flores lifts this one to left field. Lee is there, makes the catch, tagging at third, headed home is Cran. She will score as the throw is off the mark. Sacrifice fly off the bat of Abby Flores. A 4-0 Baylor lead here in the 3rd inning.
That ball was deep enough all the way. Cran could score easily too. Kind of wonder, does that throw go to third? Does that help you get out of the inning? She had plenty of arm on it. Like you said, it was off kilter just a bit, but I think she had a better chance at Piper at third.
Piper did move up to third without getting the throw there. Here's Jensen Vienne to the plate. Grounded out to short her first time tonight. Piper, the only base runner remaining. She's at third. There are 2 down here in the 3rd inning. Pitch by Mistretti. Off speed, swinging, strike 1. Jensen Vienne, the senior from Huntsville, Texas. That's a foul ball. Ended up in fair ground, but off her leg. She's got that shin guard and foot guard on her left foot and lower shin. Piper comes home. Yeah, what do you think happened here? I thought it was a foul ball, but they say it must not have been a foul ball, and it's out number 3.
I think it was, and nobody.
Umpires are getting together.
Nobody. I don't think anybody made the call on that.
It's got to be a foul ball. Utah's headed to their dugout. They think it's out number 3. Glenmore is making his point with our home plate umpire Tracy Lecoq and third base umpire Terrell Guidry. See if we can take another look at it. If it's off her leg and she's in the batter's box, it's a foul ball. That's what it appeared to be. Now off her foot there. Either that or it's a great fake job by Jensen Vienne. Apparently their view of it was it didn't hit her foot and did end up in fair ground, and they got the out at first base.
Baylor is challenging the call that the batter was hit in the box.
So a challenge officially by Coach Moore and the Bears. Kelly, any question in your mind that's a foul ball?
A lot of times you kind of go off the reaction of the hitter too,
Sure,
and you
sure.
kind of see Vienne limping around like there, and there's a whole lot of confusion right going on.
Here's another look at it. Yeah, I mean, her reaction was immediate.
There's a whole lot of dirt that hit right there too, though.
Okay, all right.
If it hit, I could see how an umpire out on the field probably saw dirt and not necessarily your foot. But again, you kind of go off the reaction of the hitter.
All right, Utah has come out of their dugout. They're back on the field as this review is taking place. Coach Moore in the third base coaching box, I think, had a pretty good view of it. We gave you a couple of good shots from our cameras here. Funny how everything just sort of stopped. Here comes the umpires after the review. Our first base umpire, Rick Cowan, will tell us.
After review, the batter was hit in the box. That is a foul ball. Baylor retains their challenge.
All right. So sort of as we saw it, bounced off of Jensen VN. She was still in the box, so a foul ball.
As what most of the fans here and people, I think anybody watching on, kind of thought.
Sort of ironic at the play that involves VN. She's the one that's normally in the Baylor dugout. Advising the coaches on whether to challenge or not. Baylor retains their challenge. They're correct in that. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. Haley Mistretti, the left-hander, delivers inside and hit her after all that. So VN hit by the pitch. She'll go down to first base.
I think if you were MLB, that would be a little different reaction.
So with 2 down in the inning, runners on the corners for the Bears. Top of the order, Brooklyn Carter. Third inning, already her third at bat tonight in that leadoff spot. She's flat out to left field. She's had an infield single. Shows bunt, pulls it back. That is ball 1. Carter now .357 batting average. That second inning infield single. Pulls it back again, skips away from the catcher. Here comes Piper. She will score from third. Moving on to third base is Jensen VN. Heads up, base running by Baylor. Third run of the inning, 5th run of the night is home. And Baylor leads 5-0 over Utah.
It looks almost like it hits off the batter, but it hits off the catcher's knee. That ball skips away to Proctor, but how about a heads-up base running right there by Jensen VN, going from first to third on a pass ball.
That is really heads up by VN. Carter slaps it foul down the right field line. That is a passed ball officially. Gets run number 5 home on the night. Single runs in the first and second, now 3 here in the third for the Bears. Another potential run at third base.
Now you kind of go back to that challenge and you realize, like, maybe it is worth that. I mean, it's your second challenge of the game. You lost your first one, so this could make all the difference. And it's only the third inning. And it's with it's the third out of the, you've already scored 2 runs.
Yeah.
At least Baylor gets to capitalize by keeping the inning alive.
To the second baseman, White. Quick throw. That'll get Carter at first base, and that is the inning. The Bears add 3 in the third. End of 3. Now 5-0 Baylor.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota.
Go you look. Awesome.
I like it.
Look.
I love it.
Okay.
During the Ready, Set, Go sales event, qualified lessees can lease a rugged new 2026 Tacoma SR5 for $299 a month for 36 months. Offer ends March 31st.
Go from dreaming it to driving it today.
Toyota, let's go places.
Hey, grab me one too.
Okay. What do you think, Emerson? That's true.
How's coach?
Let's go take some turns. A common phrase at a university
Coach, can you
at the
hear us?
foot of some of the best snow-covered mountains in the world. Another common phrase on the University of Utah campus, unsurpassed societal impact. Sure, it's lofty,
Coach, you got
but
us.
it motivates the care in our hospitals,
We're
the
not hearing
research in our labs across campus, and the real-world applications of our breakthroughs. Innovation and impact. It's what you get from a university that is always looking up.
Back at Getterman Stadium, we move on to the 4th inning. Baylor with 3 runs in that bottom of the 3rd. They've opened up a 5-0 lead on the Utes. 5 runs, 7 hits. No errors for the Bears. No runs on 2 hits. 1 error by Utah. And really good use of the review. The challenge there by Baylor. It did work in Baylor's favor. They retain 1 more challenge as the game continues.
Yeah, you know, you kind of question that. It was just the last out of the inning after you've scored 2 already. Do you waste that second challenge on a foul ball off your foot?
Right, right.
But able to capitalize on some more runs and spread that lead out a little bit more.
5, 6, and 7 hitters up for Utah as we reach the 4th inning. Peyton Crank leads off, grounded out to 3rd, her first time up tonight. I think we've said enough about Peyton Tanner. She has been very good in the circle for the Bears to this point. She shut out Utah on 2 hits through their first 3 at-bats. Stranded 4 base runners in the first 3 innings. A couple of walks in there by Tanner. This one hit hard to left field. Samaya Jones spins her around. It's off the wall. Gets it in quickly, and that will hold Crank to a single off the left field wall.
You know, when you see a ball hit that hard like that, you just kind of expect somebody to be standing at second base. And she went down and got that ball big time.
Also means the ball got out there really quick.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, she hit it hard.
Well, you can see just the reaction of Samaya Jones is get the ball and throw it in, and she was not throwing it to anybody in particular.
Brings up third baseman Kayla Lyon for the Utes. Ground out to second base her first time up tonight. That single off the wall. 3rd hit of the night for Utah. All 3 singles. Pitch low. It's ball and a strike now to Kayla Lyon.
You know, we weren't able to talk to Coach Moore, but one of the things that he really spoke about Peyton Tanner was just how impressed he was and how much she grows every outing that she has, and been really impressed with the production, and you can see that tonight. Even through the walks last inning and a couple of spread out base hits, she's able to bounce back.
Pitch is fouled back. Tanner now 85 1/3 innings work on the year, including the 3 tonight. 7-6 record, 2 saves, 4.08 ERA. Called strike 3. Lyon goes down, out number 1 here in the 4th inning.
And that is that off-speed pitch that Peyton offers, and man, it just sits right in there.
It really freezes the hitter, doesn't it? Now number 1, here's Shanti Passy, the shortstop. Snap throw down to first base. First pitch, strike 1.
Flores, the lefty catcher, she really has some good pop with some of those pickoff maneuvers. But a lot of times she's waiting for a defender to get in position to make a tag.
That's right. 1-1 the count on Passy, the shortstop. Pitch by Tanner. Pop foul to carry over the overhang and out of play. It's ball and 2 strikes. Single in the first by Danica Wilson. Passy's single in the second. And now Crank's single here in the 4th. The 3 hits for Utah so far. Gets away from Abby Flores. Advancing to second base is Peyton Crank. She's only the second base runner for the Utes to reach second base tonight. Last inning, the back-to-back walks to Gomez and Proctor. Two balls, 2 strikes on Passy. Pitch by Tanner to third. Looks the runner back. Throws on the money for out number 2. So early in the year, early in the season, Kelly, I think this is right, Leah Cran was at third base and Kagan Marshall was at first. Now it seems like a really good move, the switch of those two, position-wise.
Well, I think that was carryover from last season too. Leah Cran has kind of been, got some starts at third base and played there quite a bit. And so I think naturally, Kagan Marshall is just a freshman. So Leah Cran's playing third base. That's where she played some last year. And Marshall comes in and experiments a little bit at first base. And Coach Moore's really like, I want you to learn that third base position, and flips them and have never changed back.
Well, part of that was Marshall's bat, trying to get her in the lineup.
Well, we talk a lot about Kagan Marshall learning that position over there, and that's a hard position to learn. Not a lot of people can play third base well and do all of the things, bunt coverage, hard hit balls like that. But you got to give it to Leah Cran too, fill in the shoes of Shaylin Govan over there at first base, and man, just scooping up everything at first and really making a difference over there.
Number foul up the third baseline. It's ball and 2 strikes to Reese Lee. Popped out to shortstop her first time up tonight. She bats with her teammate Peyton Crank at second base. 2 down in the inning. 5-0 Baylor lead over Utah. Utes batting top of 4. Over the glove of Tanner. Quick throw, not in time. Gets past Cran. Here comes Crank. She will score on the overthrow at first base.
That was my fault. I just talked about how well Leah Cran was doing at first base too.
So just got over Peyton Tanner's glove. Quick throw, quick release, but a low throw to first base. Error allows Lee to reach first, on to second, and the run scores. Now a 5-1 game. First run of the night for Utah. This one hit hard. There's Cran. Picks it up, touches the bag, and that is the inning, retiring Haley White.
Redemption.
That's the inning. 5-1. Bears lead Utah. Back at Getterman Stadium in Waco, pleased to be joined by Amy Hogue, the veteran head coach for the Utes. And Kelly was just saying, welcome to Waco. This is a new experience for you guys in the Big 12, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I've never been here, and I've been about everywhere. So I don't like it here yet, but I'm sure you know why.
We know where you're coming from. How about the league? How about the Big 12 overall?
Oh, the Big 12's been fun for me because, again, I've kind of been everywhere, and now we're in this new conference, and now I get to go to some new places and bring all these kids with me. So I'm enjoying the heck out of it.
You got a pretty good team this year, and what excites you about that? Who are your leaders? Like, going into this year, I mean, you're coming close to the end. You've seen a lot of softball now.
Yeah, you know, my freshmen have been really hot, and that's really elevated the play of some of the older kids. So they needed a little push, those older kids, and these freshmen are leading with their performance, not necessarily with their voices, and then the older kids hopefully are some of the leaders out here with some of the joy that we try to bring to the game and all the things that we need to do the right way. So, yeah, it's a great combo of kids.
That's awesome.
Coach, welcome. We're glad to have you here, and thanks for the visit.
Thanks. Go Utes.
That is Amy Hogue, the veteran head coach for Utah. Her 19th season as head coach there. 27th season associated with the program. That would be 4 years as a player, then a graduate assistant, then an assistant coach. Then she went off to Salt Lake Community College, didn't go far. Now back as the head coach at her alma mater. Winningest coach in Utah softball history. Here are the Bears to the plate in the bottom of the 4th inning. Their lead cut to 4. It's a 5-1 Baylor lead over Utah. Samaya Jones leads off the 4th inning for Baylor. She's been on base twice tonight without benefit of a hit. Reached on an error in the 1st inning.
You don't count the one off her bicep?
She was hit. It was not a hit. And that was the last time up, hit by the pitch. Haley Mastretti, the sophomore left-hander in the circle for Utah. Mastretti, the sophomore from Parker, Colorado. There's ball 4. So Samaya Jones has been on base all 3 plate appearances tonight.
She probably likes that approach better than the last one.
It's a lot easier on the bicep. Leadoff hitter on base for the 3rd time in 4 innings tonight, all but the 1st. Here's Amber Tovin, who is 2 for 2 this evening. Was it you that said, one of us in this booth said Amber needs to get her bat going? She's 2 for 2 tonight.
You actually mentioned it, that she's kind of been hard on herself the last couple of outings because of her performance. She hasn't been the table setter, but she's definitely carried through on the RBI. I don't know if she's changed her approach, but her swing looks different. It's not so much that upper angle cut towards this ball. She's doing a great job of keeping her bat down through the zone and just focusing on ground balls up the middle.
2 pitch, high and tight. It's a ball and 2 strikes to her. Single to center both times up this evening. That's here with Samaya Jones at first base, nobody out. 4th inning, Baylor leading 5-1.
I think a lot of times when you're playing a team that has multiple home runs and they're big hitters, you tend to start to swing like that too. You think that your team needs that, and so you swing bigger than you need to. And it's good to see Amber Tovin just kind of bring that back into perspective and go back to playing her game.
It's really good, Coach Harrell. That's really good. Here's the 1-2. Stays alive, fouls it off, left side.
You know, Baylor's played a lot of top 25 teams as of late, including Texas A&M, number 11 on Wednesday, Texas just a couple weeks ago too. And sometimes when you play big teams like that too, you tend to get away from your game, the way your approach to it.
Hit hard into right field. Another single going first to third is Samaya Jones without drawing a throw. Well hit ball to right off the bat of Amber Tovin, who is 3 for 3 this evening.
Well, that's just more of it right there. Again, not doing too much with that bat. She gets the bat down in the zone on that ball, turns on that inside pitch, hits it behind the runner, and allows Samaya Jones to go all the way first to third, despite how hard that ball was hit.
So first two reach for Baylor. Runners on the corners with nobody out. Here is Kagan Marshall to the plate. Fouled out to the catcher in the first inning. Infield single to short her last time up. Came around to score the first of 3 runs for the Bears in that third inning. 250 average on the year, 9 home runs, team high for the freshman Kagan Marshall. That's a called strike, a ball and a strike.
Her face gave a little different thought
on that call. Runners on the corners, pitches up high. Baylor so far tonight, 7 of 13 with runners on, 538.
Sky.
That's a beauty. Runners in scoring position. Baylor 4 of 9, 444 this evening. And that's a pop taken by the second baseman White. Throws to first base, trying to double off Tovin. Can't get the second out, but it is out number 1 here in the 4th inning. So 1 down, still runners on the corners. Here is Leah Cran to the plate. She is 2 for 2 tonight. Single and a double. Just a home run by inches her last time up. That double high off the wall in left field. If you look at that left field wall, really all the way around except in dead center, there's a white border at the very top. I think it hit in that white border. That close to being a home run.
Bet if you were to really go examine that wall, there's a dent right there,
you
too.
Think?
Yeah, because there is some padding right there, but I don't know after that Leah Cran ball.
There's Samaya Jones at third base. Could have some of Waco's finest, Waco Fire Department, on their truck out there in left center field. Welcome to those guys. Throw back to first. Tovin has to scamper back to the bag.
Just the arm of Proctor being shown off right there on that pickoff back to first.
Pitch up high, Tovin is going. The throw gets into center field. Jones will score from third base. So putting the runner in motion puts the pressure on the defense. A bad throw, and Baylor goes up 6-1 on Utah.
It's like Proctor kind of forgot about her for a minute. Tried to hold that pitch to get the call. And then just totally missed the throw. Just the pitch before, he saw how strong her arm can be, and on target it is. I think she just flustered.
2-2 count on Cran. Lets that one go by, low and outside. So a 6-1 lead for the Bears. They get the run back they gave up in the top of the 4th inning. Looking for more with a runner at second and 1 down. That is ball 4 to Leah. Six-1 Bears, and here's a conference in the circle, the infield. Pitcher Haley Mistretti, catcher Kennedy Proctor. The coaches involved in that one. There's Tovin, the runner at second base. Now Cran, the runner at first. It's going to be ruled an error on the throw by Proctor. Not a stolen base, but an error. Second of the night on Utah. That gets Tovin to second base and allows Jones to score from third. Here is Faith Piper to the plate, 1 for 2 tonight.
Faith Piper with the big RBI her last at bat.
inside. It's a ball and a strike now to Faith Piper. Pitch up high, 2 balls, 1 strike to Piper. Nice crowd here tonight at Getterman Stadium. Maybe the nicest weather day of the weekend. I'm not sure about Sunday, but tomorrow, definite chance of rain. Baylor baseball's home, opening a series against TCU tonight, so a lot of activity here at the Jim and Julie Turner Riverfront Athletic Complex. It's chopped foul to play, 2 balls, 2 strikes on Piper.
That is one matchup you still won't see over here on this side of the complex.
Can't happen, can it?
No.
Right now, at least. No softball
Really
at TCU.
surprises me.
I know. Oh, and a swinging strike 3. Waved at it, so down goes Piper. Much more is questioning that. Take a look at it. Is this a swinging strike 3? Opposing dugout thinks so. Glenn does not.
It's so hard to tell. You throw your hand to the ball like that.
Right.
It's like Coach wants to make a change while he's there.
So Olivia Bittner has a bat. She will hit here in the spot previously occupied by Lexi Warnicki. With 2 down, 2 aboard for the Bears. A run home here in the 4th inning. 6-1 lead for Baylor. First pitch to Bittner is low and inside. That is ball 1. Bittner .219 average on the year. Ball 2 inside to her. Bittner, freshman out of Denton Ryan High School. Pitch, grounded foul wide of first base. Amber Tovin, the lead runner at second base for the Bears. Cran behind her at first. Pitch fouled off the opposite way to third base. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the count on Olivia Bittner.
Bittner getting her money's worth here with this at bat. After getting a chance off the bench. Doing a great job fouling off some of these pitches.
Does it again, stays alive. Pitch number 100 of the night coming up for Haley Mastretti. In her last time out, she shut out the #1 ranked team in the nation, the Texas Tech Red Raiders. On 5 hits, 4-0 win for the Utes. Opposite foul again on pitch number 100. Baylor has scored in every inning. Single runs in the 1st, 2nd, and 4th, 3 in the 3rd. Looking for more here in the 4th inning. That is a called strike 3. Inner part of the plate. Bittner goes down looking, and that is the inning. Bears add a run, strand a couple, into 4. 6-1, Bears lead the Utes.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota.
Awesome.
I like it.
I love it.
During the Ready, Set, Go sales event, qualified lessees can lease a rugged new 2026 Tacoma SR5 for $299 a month for 36 months. Offer ends March 31st.
Go from dreaming it to driving it today.
Toyota, let's go places.
Hey, grab me one too.
Calvin's throat is way out. Bringing a run behind double. Big conference. You call it foul at the third. Great defensive. Jockey into second.
The Big 12 up.
That base runner.
Right coming off.
Caitlin Terry just in the ballpark.
On to the fifth inning here at Getterman Stadium, joined by Baylor head coach Glenn Moore. And Coach, how about at least one run in every inning so far? That's very productive.
Yeah, I'm greedy. I want more, but man, I'm really happy with the way we're are at bat. So productive right now. You're right, and doing some good stuff on the bases and making some things happen, forcing some mistakes. So it's good.
Your 42nd different lineup this year in 44 games. We touched on that, but just using the depth of your team and coaching them up.
Yeah, can you tell I'm struggling to find the right lineup? I guess it's obvious when you see what we've done this year, but we got some players that can play many positions. So, yeah, I'm see what this one does. So, look good so far.
How about Peyton Tanner with the job she's done so far tonight?
Yeah, just back-to-back games. She had another good outing against A&M. I really liked her off-speed. She's throwing it well tonight. Got a little bit up in the zone, overthrowing a little bit. Gets her adrenaline going too much. Sometimes got to back off a little bit and get it back down. But, yeah, she looks good. Proud of her.
Yeah.
All right, Coach, thanks very much.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Baylor head coach Glenn Moore visiting with us between innings. We move to the fifth inning, a 6-1 Baylor lead on Utah. Utes' first ever trip to Waco. First ever Big 12 conference game between these two. Series opener tonight here at Getterman Stadium. Top of the order for Utah to start the fifth inning. Mia Gomez at the plate. 0 for 1 with a walk. 6 runs on 8 hits, 1 error by Baylor. 1 run on 4 hits, 2 errors by Utah. And Peyton Tanner has really been masterful. She hadn't gotten in trouble hardly at all. 2 runners on in the third, both on walks. The run that scored in the 4th inning, their only run of the night. She's done everything really well.
She has, and even in the third with those back-to-back walks, she was able to recover from that and mow down the rest.
Waves at this one, throw down to complete the strikeout. That's a big first out in the 5th inning to get Mia Gomez swinging.
That's a big out, like you said. Just what Mia Gomez can do with a bat. Using that pitch right there to get her swinging is incredible.
1 down in the inning. Here is Kennedy Proctor to the plate. 0 for 1 with a walk. The catcher for these Utes. By Tanner, swing and a miss. By comparison, last half inning, Haley Mistrati went over 100 pitches on the night. You see the number there for Peyton Tanner. There's pitch number 78 for her tonight as we reach the 5th inning.
Very efficient.
One, two, grounded to short. Amber Tovin to first base, out number 2 to start the 5th inning. Four out of 5 innings tonight. Peyton Tanner has got the first 2 hitters out in the inning. It's happened here in the 5th with Danica Wilson coming to the plate. First pitch to her is ball 1.
Wilson really looking to be a spark right here. Utah needing something. See, she keeps turning and telling her dugout there.
Now, Utah hadn't been able to string hits together very well this evening. That's a real credit to Tanner also. Had the back-to-back walks in the 3rd. They did have 2 hits in the 4th inning, produced their run. There was a Baylor error in there. It's the only inning tonight in which Utah's had more than 1 hit. 3-0 the count here on Wilson. The pitch is a called strike. Dirt infield, turf outfield, and around the field. Tarp this infield tonight. You part of that tarp crew, Kelly?
I am not.
You and Cody?
I've served my time.
I know you have. I think they were looking for volunteers.
Yeah. It's Cody's turn. You can help, John.
That's a good life experience for Cody Harrell.
It really is.
Here's the 3-2, fouled away. So Wilson now staying alive after she was up in the count, 3 balls, no strikes.
Pulled many a tarp in my day.
I bet you have.
Back then, it was not the turf outfield, too, so you had the grass. Right. And despite the turf, you could have quite some standing water out there.
Grounder to second. Piper bobbles it, picks it up, and throws her out at first base. Utes go in order for the first time tonight. 1, 2, 3 goes Utah. Bears come to bat, up 5. Looking from our center field camera, Baylor up on Utah right now. 6-1 is the score. Bears come to bat, bottom of the 5th inning. There's the line score: 6 runs on 8 hits, 1 error for the Bears. 1 run on 4 hits, 2 errors by the Utes. Couple of unearned runs. Only 1 unearned run so far by Utah. Bears are 8 of 19 overall, and really good 7 of 16 with runners on base so far this evening. So you're caught up on how we got here, a 6-1 Baylor lead. Look real closely at that shot. You'll see Cody Harrell up here in the booth with us. Great to have him. We're going to put him to work. And great to have Emerson Tucker as our broadcast associate tonight here in the booth as well. Emerson, Baylor freshman, interested in broadcasting, so fun to have her with us.
You're the best one to learn from, huh?
I thought she was taking notes from you.
You're the voice of the Bears.
Here's Abby Flores at the plate. Abby's 0 for 1 with a sacrifice fly. Run scored in that 3-run 3rd inning. Aileen Mastretti still in the circle. 100+ pitches on the night by Mastretti. Thought that was a strike. She didn't get the call. It's 3-0.
And it is just the first game of this 3-game series, too.
3-0 to Flores. She takes. That is 4 straight balls out of the strike zone. A lead-off walk to Abby Flores to start the 5th. I think Mastretti's getting just a little sign of frustration there. She didn't get that called strike she thought she had. I think I'm making too much out of it.
I think emotions are high all around here.
Pinch runner at first base for Abby Flores is Gigi Lindsay, sophomore from Smithdale, Mississippi. All right, if you're our expert on California cities, who's our Mississippi expert?
Coach Moore.
Absolutely.
Although he can't
He's
be up
probably
in the booth to help us.
Get him back on the headset. He's probably been to Smithdale, Mississippi. I bet he has. Here is Jensen Vienne to the plate. Vienne in the lineup, starting for the first time this season. She's in right field. 0 for 1 and was hit by a pitch with Gigi Lindsay running at first base. Pitch low, it's a ball and a strike to Jensen Vienne. One misses, 2 balls, 1 strike to Vienne. Leadoff hitter Brooklyn Carter waits on deck.
Smithfield does not look far from Coach Moore's hometown, too.
Oh, really?
So I'm sure he's been there.
No question. Oh, I have no doubt about it. Now, if we get to small Kentucky towns, I'm your guy.
Oh, there you are.
Okay. It didn't come up very often, does it?
No.
Strange. Runner is going. Lindsay, bow throw goes into center field. Backed up nicely by Wilson.
I bet it would come up more if we were calling games on the SEC network.
You know what? I'm glad we're right where we are.
Haha, same here.
So Gigi Lindsay, the stolen base. Head first slide, ball sails past her, not enough to advance on to third. Putting the pressure on again, Baylor on the base paths. Pitch to the end is inside, ball 4. Back-to-back walks by Haley Mastretti to start this 5th inning.
You can tell the length of the game is getting to her. Well over 110 pitches now.
What her pitch count was that shutout,
Yeah.
7-inning shutout of Texas Tech. I bet it wasn't this. I bet it wasn't 112 pitches.
I bet our producer, Kayla Myers, can figure that out.
There you go. Tonight through 4 innings and 2 batters, 8 hits, 3 of the 6 runs earned, 4 strikeouts and 5 walks, 2 walks this inning. 4 walks in the last 2 innings for Haley Mastretti. And here is the spark plug, Brooklyn Carter, top of the Baylor order. She is 1 for 3 tonight. Carter waits. The pitch by Mastretti. Swing and a miss. Strike 1.
Going in, trying to get that inside pitch there.
Lefty versus lefty. She was right up on the front line of that left-hand batter's box, too. Gigi Lindsay, the pinch runner. She's the lead runner at second base. The pitch shows bunt, pulls it back, misses inside, ball 2. Scheduled for a 1 o'clock first pitch tomorrow, 1 o'clock Central Time, Baylor and Utah. Stay tuned. Weather coming. We'll see if that affects the start time. And then an 11 a.m. Central Time start. Let's have church here at Getterman Stadium. Carter sends this one deep but foul.
You bringing breakfast, John?
Sure, sure. What do you want?
Oh, man.
On a Sunday morning. And the reason for the early start on a Sunday, obviously, Utah's travel. Will be a curfew, a drop-dead time on Sunday, after which no inning will start. There's a grounder over the mound, picked up by the second baseman. He gets the out at first base. Really close play there, but White kind of picked it and threw it in the same motion to get the speedy Brooklyn Carter with the first out here in the 5th inning.
Just a great effort right there. The speed of Brooklyn Carter. She comes over, backhands that on a short hop, and makes the throw off balance.
Really good play by Haley White. The second baseman knew she didn't have any time there.
Even if she wanted to challenge it, I mean, you got to give her some credit.
Yeah, no, really good play. Here comes head coach Amy Hogue out of the dugout, and that will be the night for Haley Mistretti. 117 pitches on the night for Mistretti. She leaves with 2 on, down 6-1. New pitcher. Give you details when we come back. Starter, the left-hander Haley Mezzaretti, 117 pitches tonight, and she is out here in the 5th inning. Taylor Mediano comes on, freshman right-hander from Santa Maria, California. Has not pitched a great deal this year, 2 2/3 innings. No decisions, 15.75 ERA. There's a bunt on the first pitch. Runner scores from third. Samaya Jones from first, now headed to second. She's safe. Coming home from third and safe at home. The Bears running wild on the base paths. 2 runs come home to score. Jones ends up at third. Now an 8-1 Baylor lead over Utah.
And that was full squeeze play in motion right there. Perfect bunt. And then you could just see continued speed of Baylor around the base paths.
Boy, first pitch by Mediano. Welcome to the game. All of a sudden, she's involved in that wild play. Scoring from third is Gigi Lindsay, then Jensen Vienne on her heels. Throw gets away from the catcher, and Samaya Jones moves on to third. What a wild play. 2-run score, and now an 8-1 Baylor lead over the Utes.
Well, Coach Moore said it. He's loving what they're doing on the bases, being a little aggressive right there, and you can see that.
Utah is challenging the call at second base. This play is under review.
Right. Utah is challenging at second base, so we'll hold for a review there. As it stands right now, 8-1 Baylor. Here's what they're looking at second base. Samaya Jones.
Tag comes down hard. She's sliding headfirst into there. It looks like her hand's right there on the base.
Boy, it does.
Knocking her helmet off.
Throw quickly home, and Jones gets up and scampers on to third base. Well, that aggressive base running by Baylor, it just really continues to put the pressure on the defense. You saw it all on that one play. The squeeze bunt. 1 run scores, and 2nd run scores. Jones goes all the way to third. If you're scoring, It is a bunt single, 2 RBIs on the play. Then Jones advances to second on the throw. And I guess to third on the throw also. A lot happening on that first pitch by Taylor Mediano. Welcome to the game. Welcome to the Big 12. Haley Mastretti in the dugout now.
I think Utah's just looking for any sort of help right now they can get after all of that just happened. But everything that I could see looks like it was clean. She was in there. Perfect throw home, but that kicked away. I don't know if it's by the slide or.
Call on the field is confirmed. Runner was safe at second base.
So it's confirmed. Safe at second. Jones then ends up at third. Yeah, he may not show it on his face, but Glenn Moore's got to be smiling with just how aggressive Baylor is and how successful they are on the base paths. And Coach Amy Hogue is looking for an answer right now, down 8-1 to Baylor.
Well, you have 2 coaches that are highly competitive and the most winning coaches of their programs.
Yep.
You can tell how much this one matters to them.
Here is Amber Tovin to the night. How about a 3-for-3 night going for Amber Tovin? Samaya Jones, the runner at third for the Bears. Pitch by Mediano, outside.
See Samaya Jones just chomping at the bit right there. She does not want to be left out on third base.
Yeah, there's still just 1 out in the inning. Mediano delivers. This one's looped into left field. It'll be caught. Is it deep enough? Here comes Jones. Throw is off the mark. Samaya Jones scores from third. Sac fly. And that will do it for the Bears. How about that? That ends it here in the 5th tonight. A run rule victory by the Bears over Utah. 9-1. Baylor takes the series opener against the Utes.
Baylor answered back, and they were a team today that showed up and was like, we're taking this series. Incredible effort by Haley Mastretti, but it was the bats, the consistent bats, and the pressure that Baylor put on that made it happen.
Well, impressive night for Baylor all the way around on the base paths defensively. And how about Peyton Tanner, a complete game victory, although run rule shortened. Peyton Tanner gets the win for the Bears.
Yeah, that off-speed pitch was looking great. I mean, she bounced back and held these Utah hitters. But it was with the confidence of her offense that really helped. I mean, with Peyton Tanner pitching well and the way these Baylor hitters were hitting, I mean, it was just a combination for success.
So the Bears win it 9-1 over Utah. Game 1 of this Big 12 series. Game 2 scheduled for tomorrow at 1 p.m. Stay tuned for the weather. For Kelly Harrell and our entire crew, I'm John Morris. Thanks for watching the Big 12 on ESPN.